That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Downtown Andy.
Welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. Andy, how are you?
Discordant?
Yeah.
Discordant.
Yeah.
Yeah?
We've been doing this for 6 months, baby.
Okay, okay. you know we're both sticklers for proper English, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That one's always kind of been in the back burner.
It is in fact a word.
All right, just making sure it's the right form. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
You good?
I'm fantastic.
You're better now.
I'm trying to make sure that I'm close enough to the recording apparatus.
Yeah. It's weird because you're really projecting right now.
Well, again, I want to make sure that the levels are right and everything's good because you can project from wherever you are. You could be downstairs in the garage and we'll still hear you on this.
I'm loud as fuck.
Yeah.
Yes. The
neighbors have told me.
I was always I was always told that I probably have poor hearing, but I actually have like super bionic hearing.
It's weird how that works.
I'm just loud. I like to think of it as exuberance. Exuberance. But before we get to talking, we do have
about
rules,
exuberance.
Right? Yes.
Okay.
Well, perhaps. Ooh. Yes. We do have 3 rules though, for the sake of civility. No judgment, nothing personal, and do not be a dick.
One more time for the people in the cheap seats.
Don't be a dick.
Dick!
What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm full of pizza right now. It's going to be... I always tend to forget. Like, as soon as we get here, I'm just like, I had like 1 or 2 or 5 things in mind, and it's like... It's just, like, I think my short-term memory is like really going now, because I will go to my phone and go to look something up, and then another thing will pop into my head, and another thing, and I'm thinking, like, oh, as soon as I'm done with the first thing, I'll look up the second thing and the third thing.
Yeah.
But by the time I'm done with the first thing, I've forgotten all of them.
I am going to say that it has a lot to do with how much time you spend scrolling through social media.
I have done less and less of that as of late.
But I believe, I'm on the bandwagon of believing that the average human attention span is shrinking. And with it, short-term memory.
Well,
like I would say do Sudoku, but
while we're talking about modern technology,
okay,
I was thinking about something.
What were you thinking about?
I was thinking about the dawn of the streaming age.
The dawn of it?
Right, maybe not the dawn, but like
back in the day when Netflix Instant was crazy.
So, okay, as of like 5 minutes ago, we were scrolling through things trying to find something to watch.
Yeah.
And it occurred to me that prior to streaming as a capability, what did you have to do? You either had to flip through channels and hope something that you wanted to watch was on, and hope that you caught it early enough. Or you settle
for something.
Right, there's that. Or pop in a video, a DVD or a VHS.
VHS tape.
Or you go out to Blockbuster or a mom and pop rental house.
But then you could also do Netflix, and you could
I'm talking
get the discs.
pre-net. Well, yeah.
You could get the discs, and there was Redbox and stuff like that. So, that's sort of in the same age as renting.
I remember when I first gained access to streaming, thinking how wonderful it was that I didn't have to get up, search through the DVDs or the videos, and then, rewind it if it was a tape.
I remember just thinking that now I don't have to wait.
Worrying about a scratched disc or something like that. I don't
have to wait for the discs to come.
I ended up buying half the movies I already owned just so I could get it straight from the TV and not have to do
I admit I do that. I do that
everybody.
now. I do that now.
If anybody says they're not doing that, they're lying.
Like DVDs that I really enjoy, I will buy, especially when I was still traveling for work a lot and everything, I would buy it on Prime so that I could have it
anywhere.
Anywhere. Anywhere.
I remember being really excited to find certain movies in $5 bins at like gas stations and grocery stores. Yeah. I was in Denver and found a copy of Dumb and Dumber, and I was so happy. I'm like, I'm going to watch this when I get home.
In Denver, huh?
No, I mean when I get home to Connecticut.
But that's where you would find Dumb and Dumber, is in Denver. That's where they keep it.
I thought the Rocky Mountains were a little rockier.
Waka waka.
That John Denver's full of shit.
So what about it?
What about it? Where was
What about the dawn of the stream?
Where was I going with? Oh, now I remember. I think it was an incentive.
Your short-term memory really is shot, isn't it?
Thank you. An incentivization, is that the right way to say that?
Okay.
Incentivizing. It was an incentive to make laziness easier.
To make laziness easier?
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's not the right way to convey what I'm trying to say. But if you think about it, if you cut out the middle action, so to speak, of having to go get the movie, the tangible physical copy, or having to wait for it, when everything is right here at our fingertips, either through the phone or through the streaming platforms, whatever, we don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to wait. It's all right there. We're and this ties in with everything else, or not everything, but a lot of things that we've complained about as of late, where technology and services such as these have made it so that people never have to leave their house.
Well, cable, I mean, you could go back and say that cable did the same thing.
Not to that level, though.
And yet, when the DVR came around, and even you could say the VHS recorder and everything, when you could just record TV at that point, you could go out. You could leave the house. Now you weren't trapped at home to watch TV.
But think about where we are now. We have streaming services from the home.
Yeah.
We've got instant 2-day delivery with Amazon Prime and other services such as that.
Yeah.
You've got DoorDash.
Yeah.
People really don't ever have to leave the house anymore.
You don't have to.
Exactly. Now, everyone's opinion on this is going to be different, but what say you?
What say me?
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Or does it really depend?
I think it depends. I don't think it's turning people into like shut-ins.
You think there's a fair amount of that going on?
That people are being turned into shut-ins because they don't have to leave the house?
Because of the convenience?
No, because those same people are also connected to the entire world via social media. So, to say that, all of these delivery services and streaming services are doing like a disservice to all of us en masse, because it's sort of like it's diminishing the need for human interaction per se, but like everybody has that instant connection. Now you have that instant connection to whatever and whoever you want. Do I think that convenience is dangerous? No. I don't think it's dangerous.
Explain, please.
I think that there are people, and I might lump you in with those people. I might lump you in with the people who believe that this idea of quick gratification, not necessarily instant gratification, but quick gratification.
Speedy delivery,
right? You can, it's like instead of going to the grocery store, you can have your groceries delivered the next day.
I did that once.
Instead of going to, the department store, you can just have Amazon deliver it all the next day. And often the same day. Instead of having to go to the post office, you have a husband who just picks up your packages for you. Thank you. But do I think it's dangerous? No, I do not believe that it is.
So what you're saying is everyone should go out and marry somebody that can just go and get their packages
it works all right. What I'm saying
you
is
just said the quiet part out loud.
I do not believe that these conveniences are making people insulated.
You don't think they're detrimental to the psyche?
Nah.
Not even in the least.
No, because we at this point have the means of connecting with people without actually being in front of them. We literally have TV phones that you saw from the Jetsons and everything. And now if you want to talk to someone, you can just look at their face. You can literally watch a movie with someone and they don't even have to be in the room with you. You can do that on Amazon Prime. You know, there's a watch party option where you can just say watch party and it's just a bunch of people who are watching this and you can all watch it together. Ta-da! Strangers. It's like going to the movies without going to the movies. Do I think that it's detrimental? No, I don't. I really don't. I don't think that it is. I don't think it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think it is inhibiting people. I don't think it's adding to people's inhibitions necessarily. I think that it can, but I don't think it's definitive. Like, if I had my druthers, everything would be delivered to me. Everything.
Okay.
I used to get my groceries delivered to me, but not because I don't want to be around people or anything like that. Grocery shopping, as you know, as my husband, is my least favorite thing on the planet to do.
I thought doing the dishes was your least favorite thing on the planet to do.
But that's what the dishwasher is for. The dishwasher is the handy-dandy robot that washes dishes for me.
I'm just going to slap a sticker on every appliance in this house and it says Rosie. That's
the name of the Roomba.
Of course it is.
No, but like going to the grocery store is a daunting task for me specifically.
Well, chores in general are daunting tasks.
No. The grocery store is a daunting task for me because I can't reach everything.
I can't reach everything.
I can't reach everything. I can't carry a lot of the stuff and everything. It's a major thing for me. So if you were to tell me like you can either get all of your necessities delivered like, by Amazon or something, like you can do all of your shopping on Amazon, every single bit of it, or have your groceries delivered to you, I would rather have my groceries delivered to me.
See, this is where I'm going to disagree with you.
Yeah, obviously. Go for it.
Outside of our jobs, we don't really do a whole lot of interacting with other people.
Maybe it's other people who don't interact with us.
Yeah, that it could go both ways. But I feel like, I don't know, I can't not wrap my head around the idea that all of these modern conveniences, that we just mentioned are just the modern form of isolating ourselves to a larger degree than, say, the conveniences of yesterday.
Why?
Because we're basically putting ourselves in a corner where we don't necessarily have to go out or interact with people if we don't want to.
So?
I think that is probably contributing, at least in some degree, to the division between us.
Why?
Because now everyone is isolated in their own little bubble. Everyone is comfortable. Everyone is in their own safe space, their own world, their own cocoon that, at least in their mind, is impenetrable.
Okay.
And nobody, theoretically, can infringe on that.
And what is the problem?
The problem is it's from the outside looking in, it's leading towards isolationism.
But from the safety of your bubble, you have the option of interacting with literally anyone on the planet.
True, you have the option. Will you take advantage of said option? That, I guess, depends on the person.
That absolutely depends on the person.
Now, speaking from personal experience, I have the self-awareness to know that when I have the unlimited option to do something, it makes me want to do it less because I know I can do it at any time. Because I have the option. Oh, if I don't, I don't feel so much like doing it now, I'll do it later if I want to, if I feel like it. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who thinks that way. Have you ever felt like that? Have you ever procrastinated just because you know...
It's not procrastination. I don't consider that procrastination.
I mean, it depends on what it is and when it is.
You know that I I would say I'm a firm believer in that, but I don't consider it procrastination. I don't believe that,
the question is,
the everyday tasks have a deadline.
Right, but we're not talking about deadlines. We're just, the question was, have there been instances where once you knew you had the option to do something at any point in time, did you put it off because you had the freedom to do it whenever, and there was no rush, there was no deadline?
I mean, probably. I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but, like, can you?
I can think of a million things.
That I've done?
Oh, just me personally. But what I'm saying is that, it makes more sense that when you know that you have the option to do these things at any given time, you're likely to do them less frequently, probably not to the fullest extent because, it's available to you.
I don't know that I agree with that. I mean,
Explain.
have I done it? Have I said to myself that I have the option of doing X, Y, or Z whenever I want, so why bother doing it now? Probably, but I've replaced then X, Y, and Z with A, B, and C. Like, it's not like I'm stalling. It's not like I am choosing to put off till tomorrow and do nothing today. It's just like, oh, you know what? I don't have to do that today, so I'll do something else.
Well, again, prior to us recording, we were sifting through Paramount Plus and Netflix trying to find something. And there's plenty of movies in that queue that we've seen before, individually, together. And we both were throwing out suggestions, and we couldn't really come up with anything because we've seen all these things a million times over. And it's just like, what are we going to do to entertain ourselves right now? And thankfully, we have this to do because...
Well, the reason why we are doing this instead of watching a movie is because there are things I suggested that you said no to and things you suggested that I said no to.
Movies.
That's
movies,
just, yeah.
Not activities.
It's just that we couldn't agree on anything. It's not that we couldn't find anything to watch.
Well, again, there was really nothing that either one of us had our hearts set on.
No, that's why we were just scrolling through, seeing if anything was like, ooh.
See, I have a hard time with that because a lot of times, especially when I'm alone, I'll be sifting through and it's not even when I'm just alone. It's I want to be surprised by something I haven't seen or thought about in such a long time. That's the movie I want to see. The one that I've long since forgotten about and thought, oh man, I'd love to watch that now. Because it's been so long since I've thought about it. That rarely ever comes up. Now, I don't know if that's the algorithm. I don't know if that's my short attention span. I don't know. But, it's few and far between right now.
Well, I mean, for me, it's sort of like, that looks good, I'll watch it unless something better is down on the bottom of the page.
I've also been the as of late advocate for, other than watch TV activities.
Yeah.
Because I've seen everything multiple times that I'm going to want to... You know what I've been thinking about doing lately? I've been thinking about going up to the attic and getting the VHS tapes out.
Why?
Because there are so many, taped VHS tapes up there from my youth that I haven't watched in at least a decade at this point.
Okay.
It's probably more than it might even be 2.
That does involve watching the TV, though. That's just another form of watching TV.
I'm just saying, as opposed to constantly going through these streaming services and seeing things that I've seen or don't feel like watching again at the time, let me go and watch 90s commercials. Let me go and watch holiday specials from 25 years ago.
You have also been determined to watch certain movies as of late. You have been determined to put on certain movies until you find out you can't stream them for free, but you have them on DVD in this house.
Yeah.
But you, sir, could not be bothered to get off the sofa and get the disc.
It's not like you're not guilty of that, too. You have been.
I don't think ever in my... I don't think I can say with certainty that in the last 3 years... I have ever been like, oh no, it's not streaming. Oh, it's like, if I want to watch it, I'll get my ass up and go get the disc.
There have been times where you've looked up movies you've wanted to watch, seen that you have to pay for them at that particular time, and be like,
Never something that I already own.
Well, I don't know that.
I can tell you right now. Look at my face. Never something I already own. Because, my love, that's insanity.
Well, you alphabetized the
Fucking
DVD.
right I did.
The DVD collection for both of us.
Yes,
so,
I did.
Yeah.
And now we can find everything in a matter of moments.
Yeah, but see, now I don't know where half the stuff is anymore.
It's alphabetical. Good grief. Yeah. It's in alphabetical order.
Except not all of them are, though. Anyway.
I swear to God. Okay, I want to touch on this real quick because I need to defend myself.
Want to touch on this?
Okay? The reason why the doesn't count is because the doesn't count.
How did you know that's where I was going?
Because I know that you've said something about this before, damn it. You can't find anything because you're looking under T for the.
You know how many times I go through those binders? Very, very rarely. Ugh. Typically, it's only when there's something I want to watch that can't be streamed, and I know I have it on DVD.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that just proves my point, is that the streaming services has contributed to the,
Well, it's contributed to yours.
I can't be the only one.
I mean, I'm sure you're not.
See, I will still get up and go outside and get some fresh air. I know people who never leave their house.
Well, that's a shame, but I'm sure they have their reasons.
It's like that episode of The Simpsons, when, what was it? What was the one where all of a sudden they all got up and went outside and started doing things? The kids were at the park and the adults were...
Was it this cartoons got canceled or something?
Yeah, that one. That's the one I'm thinking of. Whoops.
You just throwing shit now?
No, my foot hit the beer bottle. The table and it shook, and you can...
I don't think that there is anything wrong with convenience. I don't think there's anything wrong with convenience. I do think there is an unfortunate side effect. And what that is, to me, in my opinion, is the unfortunate side effect of living with this conditioning of convenience is that people will get upset if something is inconvenient.
I frequently thought about
excuse me,
what life was like before modern conveniences. How much work went into procuring all of the things that, we can so easily get now. Because what did we do before, like we just said, what did we do before streaming services? We went out and got the movies. We went to the store and bought them and brought the tangible device home.
Yeah.
Okay. What did people do before grocery stores? They cultivated their own food. What did people do before clothing stores?
I don't know, dear. It was before my time. What did they do?
What did people do? Okay, what did people do before, washing machines? They used to wash them by hand, hang them out on a clothesline.
Yeah. Okay.
Those activities don't necessarily... I mean, they exist, but very few people engage in them.
Well, I mean, that to me is sort of up there with whenever I've been, shopping and I see something that says dry clean only, really have to weigh my options on that one. It's like, is it worth it to get this garment that I will have to pay someone else to launder?
Every time I go to the grocery store, I always start at the same aisle every time. And it's the one where it's frozen on one side and then it's the bread on the other. And as I'm going, because I always end up getting a loaf of bread, and then at the end of it, I end up getting your peanut butter and whatever. But I always glance over at that frozen side because that particular side is where all the TV dinners and the prepared foods and all the stuff are. And, you know, and I always think to myself, man, I'd love me, you know, a Hungry Man TV dinner so I don't have to cook, or, you know, a frozen pizza or something. And the thoughts that always cross my mind are, it removes the joy that I get from making a meal. Not to, you know, mention the fact that it's full of preservatives and probably really bad for you.
It costs $1 million, too.
Now it does, yeah.
Like, a lean cuisine is like $7.
I miss kids' cuisine.
I wasn't allowed to have kids' cuisine.
No?
No, I had it a couple of times, but, like, they were just so expensive.
Were you allowed to have Lunchables?
Ew! Hard pass. That's grotesque.
There's the reaction I was
That's
expecting.
absolutely grotesque.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh.
No, I used to work daycare, and the kids would bring Lunchables, and I wanted to write a note to their parents.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. Don't let your kids eat this garbage.
Well, that, you know,
That's disgusting.
When we were kids, that's before we knew that they were terrible for you.
That's disgusting.
Anyway.
Blech.
But yeah, I always, you know, that's a convenience. You know, you take home a TV dinner, you poke holes in it with the fork, you microwave it for 5 minutes, and there you go. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to get ingredients together. You don't have to mix it and cook it and monitor it and you know, make sure the temperature's right. It's, you know, but you pick and choose your battles in those instances, I guess.
Yeah.
Not that I would call them battles, but like you know what I'm getting at. Like, I mean, I could very easily buy frozen pizzas. But when I don't feel like cooking. Being Italian, I like making pizza.
So why don't you make some of the frozen pizzas that you bring home?
I do.
No. Why don't you make a buffalo chicken pizza? Or why don't you make a chicken bacon ranch pizza or a barbecue pizza or something like that? Or a cheeseburger pizza?
I have done those things. You know that.
Do them now.
You don't ask.
Well, you only make pizza at 8 p.m.
I can't make specialty pizzas most of the time because you know the kid's never going to eat any of them.
That's fine.
And if you aren't specific with your requests, I'm not going to know what you want. And I don't know when you're going to eat them because you have a very odd eating schedule.
Well, you also have a tendency to just cook and expect that people want to eat it.
No.
When you make it.
No.
It's
Well,
like,
I mean,
no.
I typically tend to cook at a reasonable hour.
8 p.m. is not a reasonable hour.
That was tonight, and that was because you weren't hungry. I was hungry.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But
most of my cooking happens between the hours of 10 and 11 because I usually end up cooking a big batch of something to eat throughout the week.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know nobody...
10 and 11 what?
There have been many nights where I've made bunches of, like, batches of fried chicken at 11 o'clock.
PM?
Yes. You've been present for some of these.
I love you terribly, but I would really like to know the last time you were up at 11 p.m. Do you fall asleep at 8:45 and then get up when I'm asleep and go down and make fried chicken?
I take my pre-bed nap around 8 o'clock.
And you do this cooking while I'm asleep.
You've been awake when I've done 11
You're
p.m.
like
cooking.
the elves that visit the cobbler in the night, and you're just making this food.
You love my fried chicken.
I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And if the chicken was defrosted, I'd make some of it right now.
Is it in the fridge?
It's in the freezer.
Well, it's never going to defrost in the freezer.
You have to tell me these things.
I just made fish. I don't have to tell you anything. You're just going to defrost a 5,000 pounds of meat and just cook it all in one day.
Because it's cheaper to get it in bigger quantities. See, if you spent more time with me at the grocery store, you would know these things.
I've done grocery shopping, dear.
Very rarely.
You know, I did a lot of grocery shopping before you came along to do it all for me.
Oh, I can imagine. I like taking you grocery shopping.
Yeah, because it reminds you of our first date.
Mm-hmm.
When
Is
you
that
said,
not romantic?
When you said, and I quote, "Would you mind if we went to the grocery store?"
You wanted me to make you pancakes the next morning.
No.
I needed stuff to make them.
Sir, I did not intend on spending the night with you.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Oh, so now you're changing your story for the podcast.
I didn't intend on spending the night with you. Mm-hmm. You insisted. You did. And you tricked me because you said we were going to watch a movie.
And which one of us was more concerned as to whether or not it was an actual date?
I think we both were. I think we were both pretty concerned on whether or not it was an actual date, but for different reasons.
For those of you who are just tuning in,
we're getting off topic.
Our dating anniversary is coming up at the end of the month.
Stop calling it that.
That's what it is.
No.
It's not our wedding anniversary. Our wedding anniversary is in March.
It is our anniversary.
It is our dating anniversary.
It is our anniversary.
Then what do you call March 18th?
That is our wedding anniversary.
So we have an anniversary and a wedding anniversary.
Correct.
Okay. I just said dating to differentiate the two.
Okay, and then we have our engaged anniversary, which is when?
Christmas.
No, it's not, because you asked me to marry you right before Thanksgiving.
Did I?
Yes.
Or did we just talk about getting married before Thanksgiving?
You said if I asked you to marry you, I asked you to marry me, would you say yes? And I said, fuck yeah.
I think our long-term memories are going now, too. That's what comes with age.
We are off topic. I want to bring this train back onto the tracks.
Back to the convenience station?
Yes, back to the idea of convenience. Bottom line, I do not believe that it is a problem. I believe it can cause problems, but I think that's a personality defect.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily make a difference if everybody's defective.
I don't think everybody is defective.
Everybody seems to be well on their way.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, I've said this before, but I'm gonna tell you something, okay? My ex-boyfriend used to get very angry when the internet slowed down. Now, when I say the internet slowed down, I mean the way you get pissed off when the TV lags. Mm-hmm. Okay? Shorter than that.
Okay.
Undetectable to most human persons. And this idiot would get so enraged, he would have to test our internet speeds, our upload speeds, our download speeds, all of this, look into whether or not we need a different connection, and do deep dives on whether or not there are outages in New York State.
I'm not that neurotic.
I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about? The internet is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. And it drove me batty, as you can see.
Yeah, your eyes are wide open.
So the idea that, like, people get pissed off that they have to wait, like, 7 to 9 business days for something to be delivered, just gasp.
Well, that is a matter.
The horror
of
having to wait for something. Oh, I'm not gonna buy this because it's not on Prime delivery. It's like, ugh.
Think about it. If the whole country was conditioned to understand that something took X amount of days, minutes, hours, whatever time frame to occur, there's no problem. But once a convenience is introduced and it changes the conditioning, well, now everyone anticipates that it's going to take less time. And any deviation from that causes an internal problem. Now, you just talked about it being up to the individual. Okay?
Yes.
Now, not everybody handles these sort of dilemmas the same way. Not everybody is equally equipped, so to speak.
And I think that is where the deep dive should be done. Why are these people so ill-prepared?
And that you will find out in our next episode.
Oh, God.
Part 2.
It really does make me concerned for people being able to take care of themselves.
I've kind of always prided myself, and I think we pride ourselves on being self-sufficient.
But, like...
But that's a whole other episode there.
When services started introducing, like, same-day delivery and stuff like that, I'm just like, there's no fucking way that's true. I'm like, 1-day delivery? That's bonkers. 2-day delivery was, like, a dream come true. But it's just like, oh, my God, you mean you have to wait 4 days for something to be delivered? It's like, who gives a shit?
When I first started using TCG Player as to buy and sell, whatnot.
To spy?
To buy and sell. Spy.
To spy.
Get back in your lane, Harriet. their standard was 7 to 9 business days.
Yeah.
Now, especially if you were within a close proximity, would take less. But it typically, even to get from one end of the country to the other, didn't take an envelope through the United States Postal Service more than a week to get there. Mm-hmm. COVID comes around, and things are getting lost, things are getting delayed, things are getting rerouted because offices are closed because they're half-staffed and things of that sort. So inevitably, they upped their standard time from 7 to 9 days from 12 to 15. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, it's due to COVID, okay? COVID ends up tapering off, and it stays at a 12 to 15 day waiting period.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of times when I would place orders or even send out orders to 2 or 3 states away, you would think, even once the pandemic, phase is over and done with and life is somewhat back to normal, that it would only take a couple of days. But no, in a lot of instances, it took upwards of 2 weeks. And I'm here thinking to myself, again, comes down to conditioning, okay? Pre-COVID, it didn't take more than a week to send a letter from here to, say, California. But now it is, and why? What's the bigger question? What's the bigger issue at play?
I think that is a question to be asked, for sure. But I also don't think that it is neither necessary nor... What's the word I'm looking for?
Well... Okay.
I want to say human. I don't think that it is necessary for people to get upset.
We, as a society, have been conditioned to have certain expectations of our delivery services, of the procedures and the standards and practices, okay? And just like every other modern convenience, any deviation from our expectations causes displeasure, panic, anger, rage.
I think that's bonkers.
Mistrust.
Fucking bonkers.
Now, it's through no fault of the middleman if the middleman is just doing their job, like myself, for example, okay? We have no control over these things. Like, for example, when you send out a painting, okay?
Yeah.
What do? I scan it, I bring it to the office, I send it out on the truck. Mm-hmm. Now, if your customer doesn't receive it within an expected time frame, there's nothing I can do. I've done my due diligence.
Yeah.
So somewhere in the chain, the communication has been broken. And the expectation of your customer is now questioned. Or he's questioning his expectation. Possibly.
I prefer to, if someone says please allow 2 to 4 weeks for delivery, right, and it comes in 4, it's I had to wait 4 weeks for something, but it said 2 to 4 weeks, fine. If it comes in 1, that's the coolest bonus ever. But never in a million years have I ever hit 2 weeks and been why the fuck isn't it here? It's it says 2 to 4 weeks. It says 2 to 4 weeks. I would prefer to be pleasantly surprised than perpetually disappointed. And that is the spin that I choose to put on stuff like that. And I think that more people would benefit from more optimism, yes, than just allowing
Pessimism.
themselves to get so fucking pissed off every time something is quote-unquote inconvenient.
Well, on that note, I think it's a good way to draw this meeting to a close.
Yeah, we're gonna put a cap on
for
this
the
one.
approval of the Midnight Society. That was a good story.
Now my throat hurts. Oh. So you got me all worked up.
I got some oregano. I hear that works.
Oh, well, thank you out there in podcast land for listening to That Talking Podcast. This has been a blast. Find us on social media, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok, and you can find us on OnlyFans. And go to our website, thattalkingpodcast.buzzsprout.com, and you can send us a text message. Yay! We're collecting listeners from all over this.
Where did we get a new one from
nation.
this past week?
New Jersey.
Who do we know? Well, I
know people in New Jersey, but
I have cousins, but I don't know that they know about this.
But yeah, so we're now in, I think, 18 states and
4 countries. 5, 6?
3 countries.
3 countries.
3 countries, 2 continents.
Ooh.
Wild, right? We're transatlantic, baby.
I'd like to get us down to Antarctica.
Well, they don't track Antarctica because penguins don't stream.
Not yet.
Not yet. But yeah. In a few weeks, just a few weeks now, the New York Blood and Ink Convention in White Plains, New York. Very excited. Getting all kinds of
White Plains?
itches. Yeah, it's in White Plains.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How convenient.
It's going to be fun. Come and find us. We'll be right in front of the main stage. And
How convenient.
have you been seeing the announcements for the guest list?
I have not.
Of this. It's awesome.
I'd like to be surprised.
You're gonna be surprised. There are some surprises.
Didn't you say Bam Margera is going to be there?
Bam Margera is gonna be there, and most recently they announced Omri Katz is gonna be there.
Why do I know? Oh, the guy from Migration?
No.
No. Don't tell me. The guy from
If Omri Katz is listening right now, he's gonna be really upset.
Park and Rec?
No!
Who is this guy?
Omri Katz was the
Isn't he the
star
guy who owns a
of
deli?
Hocus Pocus, and he was in Erie, Indiana.
Katz's Deli?
God.
What?
If Omri Katz is out there listening, I'm apologizing for my husband. And if I have the opportunity to apologize to your face, I'll have him do it. Because he'll be there with me, probably, right? You might be there.
Well,
with
if he
me.
approaches me, I'm going to have Bam Margera just slap him. Slap him.
But very excited about that. Do you have anything coming up? Anything you want to plug?
Next... Oh, God, they're going to kill me. Thursday or Friday. I can't remember. One day we're playing the Main Street Tavern in Stratford. Nice. And then the following week we are in... Oh, God. Somewhere near New London. No, somewhere out there.
Old Lyme?
Maybe. I'm just the bass player. You know we don't...
boy. But yes, tax collectors and harlots doing all kinds of fun shit. And...
we're going back to Providence at some point, too. I think in November.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
That'll be fun.
Yeah. But anyway... Thank you.
Actually, both bands have recordings on the horizon, so stay tuned for that.
I love you. I've been hearing that for years. I think you have too.
I've been conditioned.
You have been conditioned. Oh, perpetually stay tuned. Yeah. Feels like my life.
Thank you.
But yes, thank you. And until next time, from the 3 of us here at That Talking Podcast, I'm JJ Star.
And I'm the Downtown Andy.
And we'll talk to you later.